These days are interesting days as far as the calendar of the church is concerned. On September 29, although this year it fell on a Sunday, on September 29 we celebrate the feast of the three archangels, Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. But we did not celebrate it this year because it fell on a Sunday. Sunday is always for Jesus. On October 1st, that is today, we celebrate the memory of Therese of the child Jesus. On October 2nd, that is tomorrow, we will celebrate the feast of the guardian angels. And on October 4, we will celebrate the feast of Saint Francis of Assisi. Interesting dates as far as the calendar of the church is concerned. Today is the feast of Therese of the child Jesus, Virgin and Doctor of the Church, the patroness of missions, sometimes called Therese of the Little Way, or sometimes Therese of the Little Flower. She is also known as Therese of Lisieux, or she is the patroness of missions. She was a Carmelite nun. She lived a cloistered life of obscurity in the convent of Lisieux in France. The life of Therese was characterized by intense prayer and personal sacrifice. It was a life that made her into a courageous woman by willingly and humbly embracing suffering and sickness. She saw in quiet suffering what she calls redemptive suffering, suffering that was indeed her apostolate. And she said she came to the Carmel convent because she wanted to save souls and she wanted to pray for priests. She did not leave the convent. She never left the convent because she was a cloistered nun. She never left the convent to become a missionary, but the church declared Therese as the patroness of missions because she humbly offered her life and her sufferings and her sacrifices for the sake of the missions. Saint Therese, or Therese Martin, entered the Carmelite convent when she was only 15 years old, too young to make a commitment that would demand a lifelong commitment, too young to consider living in a contemplative community of sisters. All her life long, Therese suffered from illness. She was a frail lady, a frail young lady. She worked hard, even if she was not very healthy. She worked hard in the laundry and in the refectory of the convent. Therese endured prolonged periods of darkness when the light of faith seemed all but extinguished. The last year of her life, she slowly wasted away from tuberculosis. And yet, shortly before her death, she murmured, "I would not suffer less." She was a very courageous woman who did not whimper about her illnesses and about her anxieties. My dear brothers and sisters, Saint Therese succeeded where most of us fail. She succeeded in making Christian love more authentic and more genuine, more real in a world of word and deed. She did not only speak about the Christian love, she tried her best to put it into practice in a selfless manner. Therese was sweet. She was humble. She was patient. She was forgiving. She was so Christ-like. She always remembered the Lord's admonition to the disciples, "Loved one another as I have loved you." Therese died in 1897 at the young age of 24. But shortly before she died, Therese wrote, "I want to spend my heaven doing good on earth." Amen.